So it's not like we saw real estate and we now set a goal. No, we said the vision was clear first.
Then we now became
the vehicle to help achieve that stuff. In 2022, I ran free trainings every Monday, 8:30, every day of the year. Every Monday, every week of the year. People are asking, why do you share so much for free? That's because of what the vision
impact is more important.
It's more important to me, yes.
Because the vision will always be there. But what flips it from pursuit to regret is consistency. Can you continually pursue?
Yes. Again, I like to tell people, don't pack too many goals at the same time. I believe, look for that one that will move the needle in the right direction. Your time is more purposeful. You then separate income producing activities and non-income producing activities and know what to focus on per day. So I told my wife, why is it as if there's always something waiting for my money to come? Like, is there no period where the money will come and there's no demand? You know, it just stays in the account and I can sit down. There's always something. There has to be a balance. Some people have vision and
no vehicle.
Literally and metaphorically. Literally and metaphorically. Have no vehicle.
Even till now, we've not even reached on the money. We've not shut up.
Okay, the power of vision. How do you have any steps when you're setting a goal? Like, how do you know that a goal is, at least we can never know it will work
completely, yeah.
But how do you set a goal in such a way that it's attainable?
Okay.
You know, reasonably. So that, because I've spoken with people oftentimes when I tell them, what's your plan? The person tells me, enter a new year, I say, guy, by the end of this year, I don't have 10 million in my account. Then I know I've failed. And I look at the person like, how much do you have in your account now? And the person tells you I have like 40K. I'm like, how do you move from 40K to 10 million? You know, wishful thinking is one thing to just have. And the person say, I have ideas. You get this business where I want to. You get this business. What have you done about the business? You know, how do you know that goal it even makes sense? You know, because I don't believe that it's every goal that is worth your time.
True. Very true.
So do you have any steps or parameters that you use to set specific goals to say, okay, this should work based on the realities that are on ground?
Yeah. So personally, I set goals. I feel like goals should be set as per, like you said, realities on ground per time. You don't have a source of income or a solid source of income. You're now wishing for 100 million or 10 million, like the example you just gave. I think the first goal to set there is a high income skill, not the money.
Yes.
High income skill.
That's a more attainable goal.
It's a more attainable.
Yeah.
So okay, I need to get a high income skill first that can potentially put this money in my pocket. Then you work towards it based on the little income you have at the time, right? So I believe setting goal, like there was a time that was 2021. One of my major income goals was to hit $1 million every month as income, because I had checked, okay, so this can sort my rent, my bills, you know, home, and give me some extra leverage to build my goals, my vision, my plans, right? And so it's progressive. So I feel like at every point in time there's a specific focus at that stage. You get to a point where money is no more a problem. You begin to set legacy goals. You know, okay, what can I build for my community? What can I do for my family? Where can I stamp my name? So, but you have to look at your reality part time. I believe most people just live in this illusion. So now that you have decided on a goal that will move the needle of your life entirely, I also believe that you break it down into quarter, months, weeks, and days, right? For instance, if you want to hit $1 million in a month, for instance, you have to break that down into the 4 weeks of the month. So that means you have to do 250K every week. Now, what will you do to do 250K every week? You break down into daily activities. So what am I doing today that can potentially lead me towards this goal, right? What am I doing today? And for every day or every minute or every hour you're not, you know, getting that thing done, just know that goal, you're not.
So your days are more purposeful.
Yes, more purposeful.
Yeah.
Your time is more purposeful. You then separate income producing activities and non-income producing activities and know what to focus on per day, so that every day you don't do that you by your own self.
You know you've lost money.
You judge yourself.
Yeah.
You know, so I believe if you do that and don't again, I like to tell people, don't pack too many goals at the same time. I believe, look for that one that will move the needle in the right direction, then break it down into, quarter. So every quarter, you know that you should hit this. Every month, you should know that you should hit this. Every week, you know you should hit this. So that if you're not hitting it, you can look back and say, okay, so what do I need to adjust? What do I need to do here to be able to, hit it tomorrow? Because that you not hit it one day or 2 days does not mean, but it just gives you that a measure
where to adjust,
where to adjust and how to move from there. So I believe that's actually the best way. First, look for that one big thing that will move the needle for you that year. Then break it down into quarter. If it's like you said, let's use 12 million for instance. That means 1 million every month now.
I'm sorry, every month.
That means 250k every week. So if you don't have a solid strategy, income vehicle that can give you that, then I think that's the first
goal. That's the first goal.
High income skills. What are the high income skills? What can I do? Did you get? So I believe people should.
I think there's this thing, especially among young people, is the concept of blowing. I want to blow, and even the word blow itself denotes it's instantaneous. Something happens. So we have this lottery mindset. We have this something will happen. Even when we're praying to God for help, we're expecting a miracle. And our definition of miracle is I went somewhere and someone called me and said I want to help you and gives you 100 million naira and then your life is made.
That is true.
But just like you said in the beginning, if you've not even become someone that can handle 100 million will help you. If they give you 100 million, you'll be back to being broke in 1 year.
That's true.
Because one of the things I learned in my life is as your income increases, your expenses drastically increase.
That is true.
I didn't expect. I remember having to go through a period in my life. I told my wife, why is it as if there is always something waiting for my money to come? Like, is there no period where the money will come and there is no demand? It just stays in the account and I can sit down. There's always something. And it dawned on me, as your income is rising, take for instance, you move to a better house. That better house is higher rent. Do you understand? True. You now have AC in your house. That's more units. So everything naturally, as you improve your income, your expenses improve. So if you don't have an active machine behind you that is constantly generating it, you will find yourself back where you started. So I think that's a very crucial thought that most people should keep in their minds when trying to attain these things that we want. How do we build the machinery? The machinery is more important. So like you said, the skills, the discipline, to pursue, because persistence is something that is a crucial trait that most of us lack. The ability, I struggle with this, the ability to do the same thing over and over and over again. A ritual, a routine. I struggle with routine so much. So oftentimes doing something consistently, like, for instance, this Just Saying podcast, when I started it, I was like, can I continue it? Can I really stay on it? Even coming here today, if I tell you I felt like coming, I'm lying. Of course. You understand? But this is something I've learned that oftentimes I set myself up. And by setting myself up, it helps me. So if, for instance, like recently when I did the Christmas song, I just came online and said I'm going to do a Christmas song. I'm going to do a Christmas song on this that talks about this, that focuses on the Nigerian. This is what I'm going to do. So I've set myself up by making people hear me say it, because I know if I keep it as an idea inside, I won't do it.
Exactly.
So I set myself up by throwing that thing out there. And once I throw it out there, I'm forced.
You're obligated.
I'm obligated to do it because I have said that I will do that. My name is at stake. So I have to do it, because I remember the experience I had before I shot my first feature film. 2 years before that, I had come and said, I'm working on a film, I'm doing this, I even posted some posters on some ideas and all of that. People, wow. So I did nothing that year. The next year, nothing happened. I posted something else about the book, and then someone down commented and said, the film we never see. The film we still never see. I felt so bad.
I can imagine.
I felt so terrible. I was like, man. That's when it dawned on me. People are paying attention to what you are saying. So I had to become very careful. So that was when it became a key. I will now come and say it. Because I know people will hold me accountable. So I come and say it, and then it pushes me to actually go and do it. So we've talked a lot about goals.
Yes.
oftentimes I've seen that one of the problems with goals that people set is that it's unconnected to a bigger vision. You know, it's just goals. It's just goals. I want to make more money. I want to do this. I want to be fit. But there's not a bigger, clear vision that those goals are contributing towards. You know, what would you say is the power of having a clear vision? So for instance, you know, broadly global, you have something you're doing, there's something in your mind that is the ultimate destination that you're heading to. How do you think that contributes to the effectiveness of goal setting? You know,
that is very important because, you know, the vision has to be there. There has to be a big thing, and usually it's not. Sometimes it's not just material. Sometimes it's
oftentimes it's not.
Oftentimes it's not material. In my business, and I like to say this a lot to my people, we're not really building a real estate business per se. Real estate is a vehicle to help smart individuals improve their personal economies. Real estate is just a vehicle for now because I saw it's the lowest hanging fruit that can help me achieve the result in a large scale over a reasonable period of time. Exactly, that's it. So it's not like we saw real estate and we now set a goal. No, we said the vision was clear first. Then we now became the vehicle to help achieve that stuff. You know, because I've been in situations in my life that I felt like I have sense and I get sense. Why is it not reflecting in my you know? So I learned a few things over the years, and then I felt like, okay, I should have a system that can help me teach other people like me that used to be there how to achieve them. That's why I went ahead to now have an academy. Now started writing books. Now do free trainings. In 2022, I ran free trainings every Monday 8:30 every day of the year. Every Monday, every week of the year. And sometimes for 1 hour 30 minutes. And sometimes I share so much that people are asking, why do you share so much for free? That's because of what
the vision impact is more important.
It's more important to me. Yes, we need money to achieve that. Right? You know, carry your shoe like this and hunger they finish you.
They say people.
Do you get? So you need this to help you achieve this. And you see that now drives you. So you're now no longer moved by, you know, oh, I'm not earning, I am not achieving, I am not. You know that this is the ultimate goal. It now informs even the way you talk, the places you are, the people you are associated to, you know, and all of that. So the vision actually forms you as a person. The vehicle is now those things that help you bring cash, you know, to help you fund that stuff, because there has to be a balance. Some people have vision and
no vehicle. Literally and metaphorically.
Literally and metaphorically. And they're going to shout up and down. And people are looking at you like, oh, go on first chop. And you see that it now affects their vision. They start doing things that are not even, that compromising their standard just to achieve that. You know? So yes, there has to be a balance, but ultimately the vision is very important because it now informs the goals, the different areas of your life that you want to improve on just to achieve, you know, that vision. So that is very important.
Wow. The first statement you made is that oftentimes these visions are not material, and I think that is extremely crucial. I often tell people that money is not a vision. Making money is not a vision. Because making money has no utility. How much money will you make and say, okay, I've made enough? Do you understand? So how much? It's never enough. So how much do I make and say, okay, I have made the money. Now I don't want to make money anymore. So it's not a vision. I think, like you said, many of these other intangible things, legacy, impact, these things are way more important as a vision. But then we have to build the vehicle. And this now makes it, because this is so crucial, because even when we talk about setting goals, it is that vision that impacts, like doing free trainings once a week for an entire year.
8:30 p.m. for 1 full year.
Well, that's an immense amount of discipline, first of all, because I don't know if I can be that committed to routines. Are difficult for me personally, you know. So once something, I remember when I was pastoring a church, you know, like 5 years ago, one of the struggles I had with pastoring is I love the Lord. I love preaching the word. But knowing that I have to have a sermon every Wednesday and every Sunday, I was drained. I was drained, like, you know, Wednesday sermon, Sunday sermon, Wednesday sermon, every single week of the year, if of your life, because the pastor, there's no break. I was like, bro, after running for 2 years, I was done. I was exhausted. I said, man, I can't do this. I cannot do this. That's when I knew my calling was not pastor.
You just loved God.
I love God. It's not necessary that I'm a pastor like that. Yeah, my vision changed this time. This is not what I'm here for. Yeah. So it really does take an immense amount of discipline.
Yes.
You know, to be consistent in the pursuit. Yeah. Because the vision will always be there. But what flips it from pursuit to regret is consistency. Can you continually pursue?
Yes.
So I think that's really crucial. I think for many of us who are, you know, thinking in the long term, visions for your life. I think I shared, if you've not listened to The Power of Purpose, I shared 3-part series. You'll see the link somewhere up here. So just click on the link, watch the 3-part series on The Power of Purpose. One of the things that I shared there is that purpose is other facing. It must be focused on other people around you. Purpose is focused on what can you do for your family, your society, the kingdom, and the things around you. It's not about you. So if your vision does not elevate above who you are to what your impact can be to your surroundings, then that's probably why you've not attended. That's probably why. And I often tell people as well, because it's also something I've noticed in your own journey. You've mastered the skill of taking it one step at a time.
One step at a time, yeah.
I often tell people that, see, there's a scale at which you can achieve your purpose now. It might not be that very big one, you know, because I know when you started, for instance, your company was basically kind of selling other people's properties.
That is it.
You know, and now you've grown to the point of selling your own properties and all of that. So you've mastered the art of, you know, the lowest hanging fruit. Grab that first. There. Start from there first, and then build to there. But many other people will say, selling other people, now agents be that.
Exactly.
Now agents be that now. And then
that a lot.
Do you understand? You know, how did you navigate that space? Because I saw you do it in a way I've not seen anybody do it. That's basically agency. That is it. That was what it was. That was what it was. But you did it in a way that nobody would know. If I actually thought it was your property, right. You know, because of the way you carried it and the way you might. Yeah. So how did you navigate that phase? And are you someone that listens to what people think?
Well, I think, God blessed me with that. I mean, I'm not very, you know, into what people think. I'm not a conformist. I barely do that. And I would say also that the Bible helps me a lot. So the Bible said that if you're not faithful with other people's, how would you get yours? Like, how would you get yours? Number one. Number two, that story of talent. To one he gave one, to one he gave two. You get, depending on their capacities. Those things help me. So what I did when I started was I first looked at, okay, so what is the lowest hanging fruit first? Two, I need to be faithful with this, whatever I have now, so that I can get mine, you know. And I use that people's own to train
yourself,
to train myself, to acquire customers, to put myself out there in the public. Do you understand? And gradually building my capacity. At time I was building. I started with 1 plot, 2 plots, buy for myself, you know, resell like that. Before you know, 50, 100, you know, like that. So I feel like most people just tell themselves a lot of lies. They just deceive themselves unnecessarily that, oh, okay, this is how every other person is doing it. Or when people tell you things like you said, some people met me and say, this is agency now.
Not the agency with this.
I say, yes, it is. I went to concern you because I knew where I was going to, and like I said, the goal is not necessarily just real estate. The goal is helping individuals build personal economy, and the vehicle is this. So now that this is the vehicle, this is the lowest hanging fruit.
It's just the vehicle for now.
Yes, for now. And you know how when God was sending Moses to Egypt, and he asked him, what do you have in your hand? Like, Moses had a lot of excuses. Oh, I don't have this, I don't have that, and I learned resourcefulness from that point. You know, at every point in time, you always have something. You know, and when you wait for the resources to go full everywhere before you start, usually, you may wait for a very long time, you know.
Very true.
And then you start from there, you build and build. For me, that was just it. These things guide me. What do you have in your hands right now?
Wow.
And I've used it literally to build many things. Right from that small, and you see that it multiplies. You go and you, of course, discipline and diligence.
Yeah.
You know, it's not usually easy. It's not, a big friend of mine usually say things like, Jeff, the work starts when the excitement dies.
Wow.
When the excitement dies.
Wow.
That's when the work actually starts.
Wow.
That's when you actually know that you have started.
Yeah.
It's not when, you're so pumped.
Inspiration. The point of inspiration is the easiest part.
Easiest.
You know, there's this, oh my God.
Let's go. That's why 15th January to like March.
It's usually, yeah.
That is actually when the work starts, you know.
Wow.
So yeah.
Wow. Never thought of it that way. That's so true. Inspiration is easy. Ideas fly everywhere now. You know, you start making calls. I want to do this. Let's set up. But just few steps till the excitement does, and that is where discipline comes in. That's where, okay, true. Do you want to do this? Do you really want to do this? That's amazing. That's amazing. We've shared so much. We've shared so much. I think this is heavy dose for you to start the year with. We've shared so many thoughts, so many things for you to think on. The desire that we have, you know, with Salt Nation and with, you know, specifically Just Saying Podcast is to inspire you to become a better version of yourself by yourself.
Ultimately.
You know, because at the end of the day, we can give you information, we can give you knowledge, but nobody would get up and do the work. You have to get up and do the work yourself. So it's been a privilege to have my friend and my brother Jeff Anozie here with me. He has shared from his heart. You always share from your heart, and you always share so freely. You know, these are things you can package in a course and sell for hundreds of thousands of naira. And you've just shared it so freely to everyone. So I want us to appreciate these things, and most importantly, apply them. Apply them to the year 2025 to make this year the best that you have ever had. It's a privilege to have had you here, sir. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much.
I appreciate that.
Guys, I hope you've had you know, a lot. Like we always say, we can only say it, but what do we know? We're just saying. At the end of the day, it's up to you. Thank you guys, and I'll see you again in the next one.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Yeah.